Hello there, Ray here, as well as EarthComputer, and we're back here on the ProtoTech server because we are going to work on the random number generator seed cracking. Is that what you call it?
Yeah, the enchantment cracker.
Enchanted cracker? Enchanted cracker? That sounds like some kind of
Yeah,
crazy monster. So,
the kraken.
the cracker. So this is what we showed for our April Fool's video, and it was not a joke at all. It's actually real. And it uses pretty much what we explained in the video. I guess we'll link it down in the description if you want to know more about it. But you want to explain a little bit more about how you came across it and how you got the cracker to work?
So how I came up with it.
Yeah.
So yeah. Basically, I I died twice in a row and lost all my items. And I was wondering, is there a better way to get back all my items? And so I looked into the code, and to my surprise, I found that the server sends some information to the client, which can be obtained with a hacked client to basically crack the seed. And so I was like, okay, and I showed it to Ray, and Ray was like, not vanilla. And I was like, okay. Then I eventually realized that you didn't need to use that line of code, which caught my interest at all, and you could just do it with an external tool instead.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I was like so amazed that you got it to work for vanilla. It's just insane how RNG can be manipulated within vanilla. And yeah, and then we also you came to me and we discussed this, and then we also discussed other things that RNG can be used to manipulate, and hopefully we'll show more of that in the future because we have a lot of cool things that this can be applied to. I'm not very good at this kind of stuff, but I kind of depend on EarthComputer and try to use what he says to influence. Like if he says it works for this, and I try to use my knowledge of Minecraft to try to expand on it and see what areas it can work with. So we are here at the Pigman Donut XP farm, and we're going to go ahead and try out his cracker tool to see if we can crack the enchantment seed as well as use it to get some OP gear. Let's go down to the list of different things that we have to pay attention to. So you cannot relog during this or change dimensions or die. You cannot kill any other mobs. You do not can't collect XP while having a mending item equipped. You do not want to have unbreaking tools or weapons or armor on you while doing this. You don't want to drop any items during the process other than when it tells you to. And yeah, you can use containers to move items in and out of your inventory without having to worry about dropping the items. You don't want to sprint because of particles. You don't want to take damage. You don't want to fall. You don't want to eat or drink. And what else? Oh yeah, don't use any anvils. You don't want to enchant other than when it tells you to enchant. You do not want to have any potion effects affecting you, such as beacons. So yeah, I went down there and blocked off the beacons. And you don't want to use the /give command if you're in creative. Is there anything else?
That's everything that's really relevant to here. There's a couple of things that you're really, really unlikely to do, but yeah, never going to happen.
Like mostly create particles effects, right? Is that the main one?
Yeah.
So I went ahead and emptied out all my inventory and tools, and now I'm going to pull up his cracker, and we can see if we can crack this seed. Okay, so we need some things to get this going. So we need some dummy swords, which I crafted up some over here. Got some torches to use. Got some lapis to enchant with. And we also need to choose what type of tool we want to enchant. I guess we could try a book. Haven't tried books yet. Is there anything else I'm missing? Oh, we need items to throw out. So there's also items here that we can throw out. These cobble. And the nice thing about it is that you discover that we can also take in XP as long as we're not actually killing the mobs. So a pigman donut farm like this works really nice because the pigmen will die and they'll give us XPs without us having to kill them. So to crack the seed, I'm going to use EarthComputer's program, and I'll link it down in the description to his video, which explains how to use it, as well as gives you the download for it. It's used to crack the seed. It's pretty much how we showed it in the video. So what we're going to do is we're going to see what enchantments come up in this enchanting table, and then we're going to apply that, put these numbers into the seed cracker, and it's going to eventually figure out what the XP seed is. So the first thing I do is enchant a dummy enchantment, if I'm doing that correctly. And then next up, we just put a sword in here, and then we get the different enchantments on the side, and they have different numbers associated with them. These are the levels of their enchantment. Yeah, I'm going to plug these in, and then we will try to crack the seed. So first, for the program, we have to first put in how many bookshelves we're using, and I'm currently using 15. I blocked off one of them because in here there is 16 bookshelves, as I just blocked off one to keep it consistent. And then the first slot, you can see there's a 9, so I'm going to plug that into calculator. The next one is a 13, and the next one is a 30. And then we will hit add information to the cracker, and pretty much we're going to do this around the entire enchanting table. So then we'll knock off 3 more books on the side here, so these will no longer be counted. Now when we put the sword in, it will have different numbers on the side. And by plugging these numbers into the program will eventually narrow down which seed is being used by the player. And so why is it you have to do the XP seed twice for the player?
Because it takes 2 XP seeds to crack the player seed, which can then be used to predict future XP seeds.
So I went ahead and put that first set of numbers in, and now this next set of numbers is going to be based off this amount of bookshelves, and we took away 3 bookshelves by putting a torch over here in this corner. They went from 15 down to 12, so now I'm just going to change the digits on the enchantment cracker, and I'm just going to continue doing this around the entire enchantment table and see if we can crack the seed. So I have successfully cracked the seed, and EarthComputer is still cracking his by placing down some more torches. And I got my seed is XP seed is D87E8D6B. And with this tool, you just take that number and you put it over next tab. Oh, you can copy and paste it now. That's nice.
Yeah.
Love the improvements. So I pasted in one of the XP seeds. Now we have to do it again, but first we have to enchant another dummy enchantment. So one more dummy enchantment. So why do we enchant another dummy enchantment?
It's because in order to crack the player seed, you need 2 XP seeds.
And then why do we do another dummy enchantment before?
So it's because it's kind of complicated, but the 2 XP seeds are 2 consecutive values generated by the player RNG, and whenever you enchant an item, that player RNG generates a new XP seed. Basically, we want to enchant the item to get the next XP seed.
And I guess if you held those hands in your, or if you held those swords in your hand, could any problems be occurred from that? I guess they don't have mending on them. So I guess
yeah, as long as you don't have mending, it should be fine.
And you can't get mending from enchanting. So we just did a second dummy enchantment. Now we are back down. We moved all the torches except for one, so we're back down to 15 bookshelves, and we can throw our sword in, and we can start putting these new numbers into the enchantment cracker. And these numbers should be different since we reset it by enchanting another sword. So let's go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
Reset XP cracker. Oh, you even got a little, what do you call that when information comes up when you hover over it?
A tooltip.
Tooltip. Okay, so we reset the cracker, and we're going to put in the next XP. We're going to try to find the next XP seed. Okay, 6. Yes! It took, what, a couple extra tries, but we finally got the next XP seed. So we're going to copy that over and place it into the second slot. So now we have 2 XP seeds, and now we're going to look for the player seed. So it's gonna, you want to explain what it's doing now? Just briefly explain what happens once it gets the 2 XP seeds?
So with 2 XP seeds that's generated by the player RNG, we can use those to crack the internal state of the player RNG, which means that we can then predict all of its future values.
So I got my player seed, and now I switch over to the next tab, and this is where the fun part happens, where we can decide what type of enchantments we want to put onto our stuff once we know the player seed. So let's see, maybe I can even show you guys what's going on. So this is a tool that we use that EarthComputer made, and what we do is put the number of bookshelves that are being used for enchanting table right here on the top slot. Then we put these slots here correspond with the different slots in the enchanting table. We pretty much just plug these numbers in over here, and we'll do that 2 different times, and then we will get the player seed with the 2 different XP seeds. We'll be able to get the player seed. By using the player seed, we'll be able to manipulate what type of enchantment will come next in the enchanting table. Now, at any point, we can hit calculate, and it'll tell us what we need to do to get this item. So currently, to get this type of book, we need to throw out 395 items. And then we also need to have bookshelves with 15 bookshelves around it, or enchanting table with 15 bookshelves, and we also need to use the 3rd slot. Okay, now that I've cracked the seed, let's go ahead and enchant something. Enchant some bows. Bows are fun. Enchantment cracker, and for the item, we'll put in a bow. Then we'll say what enchantments we want for the bow. So we want to have power, and I automatically put the highest power. Click on want. And we can calculate and see how much items we have to throw. Only have to throw 2 items to get a power 4 bow, which makes sense because power 4 is pretty easy to get. But yeah, we also want to get infinity. And then we calculate that. See how long it's only take 27 items. We want unbreaking. That's going to take 96 items. You can slowly see how it's going to go up because we're asking for a very specific type of bow. We can get mending, but we can't get through an enchanting table. And we can only get up to enchantments level 4. Can't get power 5. We'll have to use another bow to get that. Oh, there's also punch. Punch 2. So we do 275 items. There's also the curse enchantments, which are also considered treasure enchantments. To get this enchantment, we need to throw out these items. Then we have to do 1 enchantment. Then we have to use 15 bookshelves and use the 3rd slot. Let's go ahead and do that. So 275 items is 4 stacks in 19. I'm just going to throw the items over this direction. Let's get our 4 stacks out of the way. We'll put them off to the side so we kind of see what we have to do. Get the 4 stacks here. We also need to get 19. That. So this is everything we have to throw out to the side. It's good. So let's drop these items. Now, next thing we need to do is enchant 1 dummy enchantment. So let's do 1 sword. Then they want us to use 15 bookshelves. We do get 15 bookshelves around here, as well as slot 3. So let's put our bow in. Slot 3. And voila! We got it! We got Unbreaking 3, Power 4, Flame, Punch 2, as well as Infinity. That's awesome. Let's just see what we got the next enchantment. See, the next enchantment is also a Power 4, and in which case we would need to, with the XP cracker or with enchantment cracker, once you have finished up, you want to say done so that it knows that you've used this enchantment up. Now what we want to do is clear this and do the enchantment power. We just say we want power. Calculate. There's no dummy enchantment, and they want you to use 15 bookshelves as well as slot 3. That's pretty much what we got going here. So make sure if you're going to add on more enchantments, even if it's so simple, easily see one over here, make sure you tell the XP cracker that you did that. So we're going to use this one up too. You happen to get flame as well. And we want to go to the XP cracker and click done as well, so it knows that we have done that one. And clear, and now we're ready to do the next enchantment. Now, even though we got these 2 bows, we cannot put them on anvil because that's one of the rules. You can't enchant stuff on anvil, so we'll do that later on. So now let's try a diamond helmet. Now we need to do 1 dummy enchantment. Over to do that. We need to have 15 bookshelves, slot 3. Our lapis in, our helmet in. Affinity, voila! We got protection 4, Unbreaking 3. Aqua Affinity, as well as Respiration 3. Amazing. So I guess now we have to go into our Sea Cracker and say we have done this enchantment. Now what else do we need on this guy? Let's say we want to put protection, or no. Let's say we want to also put thorns on him. There's a book in there, 15 bookshelves, slot 3. Look, it even says thorns too. We didn't even need that. But yeah, we did need it to actually switch it so we could get the option for thorns too. It's nice that you can see it there. So we got our 2 thorns too. We can't we can't put these together, but we'll put them over here. What enchantment should we do next? Let's try to do a sword. Okay. 2 bookshelves, we put in our sword. And oh yes, it worked! Sharpness 4, Fire Aspect 2, Knockback 2, Looting 3, Unbreaking 3. That's awesome. So let's say we want to get the rest of those enchantments on here. So we click done. Oh, we gotta drop 81 stacks of items though. It might be just worth it making do that in 2 trips. Do our book enchantment. Oh yeah, looks right. Book enchantment says bookshelves. We got Sweeping Edge 3. Awesome. Let's say we did that one. Slot 3. Yep, I got our sharpness 4. Now we got another OP sword. Let's put this sword in here. Got our sharpness book as well as our Sweeping Edge book. Nice.
Generally on books, if you want a single enchantment, then it's quite easy.
Okay, let's try it out. Let's go clear. Let's say your options are usually to go to a villager and get like efficiency 5 book and put it on top of it, or use enchanting table, get efficiency 4 book. Okay, so let's see what efficiency 4 cost. Only costs 7 items if you throw it out. Yeah, I really see the books being extremely useful to come in and do finish off these efficiency 4 tools. Because it's kind of expensive to like buy a whole efficiency 5 book from a villager just to increase it by 1. I think it goes for like sharpness 4. So EarthComputer and I, we did a whole bunch of extra cracking. He did a ton of different tools, armor. I've been mostly going after the efficiency 4 books to finish off his tools. I guess his tools are up in here. And yeah, you can see all the dummy enchantments that we went through with all his swords and some nice ones as well. Also got some over here. And I think we're going to call it good for today. We may come and work on this some more, but we have plans to use this type of RNG manipulation for more things in the future. If you guys haven't seen EarthComputer's video where he shows that you can use RNG in other parts of Minecraft to do some pretty exciting things, do you want to give them a little explanation?
Yes, so one of the main things that we're planning to do to use this thing for other than enchanting is to use it to spawn lightning on inside a chunk, and that lightning will spawn a skeleton horse. So we will be able to get skeleton horses much quicker than we used to be able to. Narcoleptic Frog has a video on
As well as me.
why
I'm the one that helped them with it.
Yeah, there's a bug which allows you to get duplicate enchantments as well as incompatible enchantments on those helmets.
I'll link it down in the description, my video as well as Narcoleptic Frog's video explaining how this is possible. And yeah, our goal is to get these really OP helmets, and now it's actually somewhat feasible in survival, which it wasn't before. Plus we have a bunch of other ideas. I guess you came up with a ton of different ideas that we can apply this RNG to, like getting more ores out of veins, as well as, what do you say, like some mob spawner manipulation, and a lot of cool stuff to have fun using the technical aspects of Minecraft, but we don't need to abuse it.
Yeah, just build it for fun, kind of just to show off rather than actually using it for items.
Yeah, I mean, this is a fun server. We don't have to abuse it just because we use it. So yeah, definitely check out EarthComputer's video. I'll link it down in the description. And hopefully we'll be doing some more fun stuff like this in the future. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.